Hello, hello, hello. So sorry I'm so late. Oh my god. Hello. That's my cat. I don't have just a weird growth coming out of my neck. Haste! Welcome, everyone. Welcome. There you go. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. How's everyone doing? Good to see you all. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to part 2. Part 2 of this week's Loading Hearts comic stream. What do we got here? We got... Well, let me unpause alerts and see who we got here. We have... the mythical Grinspills. 73 months. Hey, Grinspills. I saw that you couldn't have a lovely stream, everyone. See that you can't stick around. I'm not sure if you're still here. Sorry to miss you, but thank you very much for the resub. Welcome back. And take care. Have a good one. Welcome back, welcome back. And also, we got Holger Mueller. Thank you for following. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the stream. And Super Tux. So much stress today, yes. Yes, I'm exploding here. Exploding! Exploding! Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. Taking out all my stress on my cat. It's not abuse! She likes it. Right? Okay. Hey, Tommy Two Cakes as well. Hello. I was just watching old stream highlights on YouTube. Oh, well. Hello, hello. Tommy Two Cakes reminiscing. Getting that nostalgia hit. Well, that's good timing. Live now. Welcome back. Now you're watching some new highlights. Always facing away from the camera, though. I wish Pace would turn around. Meow, meow, meow. No Garfield button? Yeah, no Garfield button. We completed the Garfield Joke Zone book, but I haven't decided what the next Garfield or book reward would be. What's this? New hat looks like a loading dollar? Sure it does. Sure it does. I was going for that look. Kind of got that green sort of papery currency look about it. And even it's got the number in the corner, 6, because it's 6 years. God, can you imagine if currency was based on time? Literally old money. That's what will be circulating. I mean, I guess currency is time-based anyway. There are old notes and new notes, but they don't affect the value. I guess that's just what stocks is anyway. I don't know. Investments. Whatever. There's a film about that? Oh yeah, of course, About Time. What's that movie about? It's about time. Justin Timberlake and I can't remember what. Who's the girl in About Time? Rachel McAdams? Nah, it's. Who is it? Who is it? I can't remember. Justin Timberlake and not Justin Timberlake. Both of those. That wasn't About Time, was it? About Time was the other one. It's the one where they exchange lifetime with just holding your hands and like twisting, and then like you got this like digital clock on your wrist that changes numbers. It's the craziest thing. So you pay for your groceries by doing this and then like twisting someone's arm. And if you twist too much, you lose like potentially your whole life, or if they don't let go. I mean, that's crazy. There's already like a weird risk of shaking someone's hand and they don't let go. Can you imagine if that ended up with your life just being stolen away from you right before your very eyes? It's an insane system. Grinspills. It's as if time stood still. Come back here after months and months and everyone's still here. I know, right? It's crazy. It's crazy how consistent everyone is, coming back time and time again. It's really nuts. I really appreciate it, everyone. Thank you very much for not forgetting about me. Oh, In Time is what it was. I thought you were making a joke, Rishu. I thought you were making a joke that movie wasn't About Time, was it? About Time was the other one. In Time is the Justin Timberlake one. About Time is that rom-com drama with Rachel McAdams and Domhnall Gleeson, which I think is the what's his name? The ginger hair guy from the new Star Wars movies, the bad guy. I forget what else he's in. Actually, he's in something else. What is it? I don't know. That's a good movie. Not the Justin Timberlake one, but the other one. I can't really remember much of it, but I remember being touched. I was touched watching it, but I can't remember much about it. Hey, Rich Ripless. Hello, welcome back. And of course, welcome back everyone else. Strike, Reshoot, Do Like a Channel, Klaus, Mrs. Muffin, Yoyoto, Tofu, Burgermeister, Yuko, Maggie, Gloomby, Nick the Fee, Psychomanity. Oh, some of these usernames rhyme. Dry Raise Girl? No, that one doesn't. Way to go, Dry Raise Girl! You ruined the rhyme. Jesus Christ. How's it, Dak? Welcome, Dak. Reporting in. How you doing today? Oh, it was Bill Weasley. Oh, I thought he was one of the Weasleys, but I don't want to say it in case it sounded like...
I don't own shirts.
Like I see all gingers as the same person. But he was a Weasley. Okay, there we go. As I do own many shirts. One of them being this new one. Right in the store. 11% off this week. Oh my god. Oh my god. 11% off. Well, it's this way. Yeah, this will get you facing this way. Yeah. There you go. And it's also a crank up the gain for this. What a cutie. Weren't there a lot more pickies yesterday? Oh, you mean like the box is emptier? They do look a bit. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Pace has been coming into my room and stealing some when I'm not around. Is that right? Is that right? Look at his face. Completely guilty. Hmm? What a cutie. Oh, look, doesn't this look like a Star Wars poster right now? Look at these lights behind Pace. You got blue, you got red. Yeah. Oh, itchy ear. Oh no! Oh no, hold your breath! Oh no. Oh no. Drink the water! Drink the water! Teamwork. Okay. Alright. Let's see here. What are we doing? I'm missing some chat. Have you all seen Yesterday? Pretty good movie too. I haven't seen that. That's the one with where the Beatles don't exist, right? And he goes back in time? Oh no, it doesn't go back in time. It's the same time, but just the Beatles didn't exist, right? I haven't seen it, but it sounded interesting. Sounded interesting, that movie. And wasn't the stress bar lower yesterday? It sure was. But today, especially how late I am today, incredibly stressed out here. And yeah, he's the only one that remembers the Beatles existing. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. That's the one. And then he like sings the songs and they think he made it up. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet power to have. Alright. Oh. Yesterday was filmed where I live. Oh, really, Klaus? Huh. Interesting. I'd love to watch a movie where I actually recognize the places they filmed in. The closest thing that we've gotten here from New Zealand is, well, aside from Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings, I mean, it looks like, yeah, it's filmed in New Zealand, but I've never been to any of these mountains before, you know, they just look like countryside. It's not like they're walking down Queen Street or something, like, oh, there's a Starbucks I used to go to, in the background of where Frodo and Samwise is hanging out. Now, the closest thing was, that terrible, terrible Cowboy Bebop Netflix real-life adaptation show. That was filmed in Auckland, New Zealand. And I tried watching a few episodes, mainly because I was like, oh, I recognize that place. But eventually I had to stop because it was so bad. The first Avengers film was filmed at my high school. The first scene, that is. Oh, wow. At first I think you mean just like New York, because isn't the whole thing set in New York? Although they probably filmed in Chicago, right? Isn't that what they do? Because it's cheaper. But the high school, that's very cool. What are the chances? And Psychomanity, I need to watch Portlandia now after living here for a couple of years. Oh, I haven't seen it. I know like Jerry Seinfeld likes it or something. Portlandia, the show. I don't know. I've never seen it. Now what's this, Klaus? When they filmed yesterday, they put all new signs up over the top of places on the beach. Then they took them down, and one of the businesses asked if they could keep the sign, and they said no. That sucks. That's a shame, because what are they going to do otherwise? Are they just going to chuck those signs out? No, they probably have a whole warehouse full of different props and things like that. Probably. I don't know. Anywho's, let's do some work. Got lots to do. Got lots and lots to do. How much do we have to do? Let me show you. Look at this. 7 panels. And they all look very, very unfinished. It's my fault. My fault there. I mean, the line art for most of it is done. Need to do the limbs. Limbs and sleeves. Not for hat guy, but we'll do sleeves for the other dude. And then same here, limbs and sleeves. And limbs and sleeves. I mean, even though it's got like 7 panels and a lot of characters in them, really the backgrounds look very kind of easy to do and basic, so shouldn't be too difficult. Stephen Alexi, don't forget the definitely existing 8th panel. I always feel like after the stream I'm just going to try and come up with an 8th panel and add it in just so that I can prove myself right. I can't believe this is 7 panels and not 8. What was I thinking? Wait, weren't there 2 subs? Hold up, what are we doing? Nah. No, I don't think so. There's Grinspills. Grinspills resubbed. Psychomanity, I wonder if the Odd Ones Out is going to mention this comic at all since you mentioned him and you are his idol. Oh, I misread that in my head the first time. I thought you meant that he's my idol. I'm like, no, I doubt it. I also don't want, I don't want him to. I don't need these pity mentions. None at all. Okay. Let's see here. Hey, Danny Player One, welcome back. Are you ready to catch some spiders, perhaps? And Dak, I remember they filmed a crowd shot for some film at my local stadium once, but then they didn't even use the shot anyway. Oh, that sucks. That's crazy. I can't imagine. Drawing comics and stuff is like hard enough. I can't imagine making a movie or TV show where you actually have to have like teams that are in charge of, like, for a shot like that, you gotta rent out the stadium, you gotta get the right permits, you gotta hire all these extras, you gotta make them all sign, waivers and whatnot, you gotta have like a lunch buffet banquet thingamajiggy, you gotta have sound checks, you gotta have cameras, you gotta have dolly tracks, all of this stuff. And then you realize, ah, shit, we don't even need it anyway. we don't even need this scene. Whoops. No wonder movies cost like hundreds of millions of dollars. Well, maybe like tens of millions after the actor fees, but still. But still. I wonder if Economics is going to mention this comic at all, since you mentioned her and she is your idol. Economics. Hey, El Bananita, what program I'm using? Clip Studio Paint. That's what I'm using. That is what I'm using. Actually, I wasn't using it at just then because I've just been moving up and down, but now I'm using it. I'm actually going to do some work now. Look at this. Boof. Hey. Like this. What's what? Let me get my positioning right. My positioning of the tablet felt a bit wrong. So like this, and then you do. Oh, pencil. I forgot the pencil. I always forget this thing. Oop, there it is. Pencil's back. Okie dokie. Move this back a little bit. There we go. Continuing on. Limbs are surprisingly hard to draw. Even though they're just one simple line, it's the simplicity of it that makes it hard. Because then you really know you can't mess it up. Like right now, I'm not sure if it should touch the line of the head, or if it should have a gap. And if it does touch, should it be enough that it doesn't show like this gap here? All these things. You go back to the mask, you mask this part out. There you go. Go lower so that the arm behind can be seen, so that it also doesn't touch the head. Go lower so the arm behind can be seen. I got the other arm like up here, which kind of works. But if you have the arm higher up, it kind of has a more like intense feeling. It's like, yeah, he's almost like choking himself with his own arm. Can't tell. Hey, clock. Also, I'm curious what the coloring you're going to do today. Psychomanity? Yeah, I'm going to be doing a new coloring technique. Instead of having like a million different color layers for each color, I'm going to try and just do one raster layer for all the colors. But still without giving up any convenience or efficiency that the separate color layers provided. If anything, I have a feeling, or I have a hope, that it's going to be even faster and more efficient than before. That is my hope. Though, thinking about it now, this comic is probably not the best one to showcase this new technique on, because there are so few things to color in. I mean, there's like, hat guy literally has just a black hat, mouth colors, everything else is white. You got this guy, a shirt, mouth colors, a couch, the phone. Oh, I guess the phone. I mean, you got the phone stuff. You know, it's gonna be interesting to do all in one layer. It's gonna make it easier. That's true. But even then, it's not really. It won't show off the technique so well. And hey, Court Tat G, welcome back. Who's that? Who's that sexy man in the corner there? It's Court Tat G. Court Tat G with an updated VIP, more closely resembling what Court Tat G actually looks like. Glad it works. I didn't actually test it. Oh, is that second? 2 Ikois? Oh no! Okay, well, let me change it again. 2 Ikoi songs in a row. God damn. Ikoi when I walk, boy. Oops, wait, hold on. Oh yeah, now that makes sense. You got the other hand. And he's holding it there. Oh, I'm using the wrong layers. There you go. Sweet. So many limbs. It's too thick. I love how well it translates into your style, Cortegi. How your style translates into my style. It's nice, a nice blend. Hafu. Got the what's it called? The superior evolution, rounding out both types of genetics into one super genetic thing. Wait, there's a better word for this, right? Dragon Ball Z fusion? Sure. I've never seen Dragon Ball Z, but yes. Sounds about right. Wait, that's not a sex thing, is it? Okay. Oh, the cat guy's a shirt now? Nah, I sketched it in one panel only because I realized halfway through sketching this thing that I remember I tried to experiment giving him a shirt. One comic a while ago. And then I completely forgot about it the next time I drew him. And then I wasn't sure if I should bring it back. But we had a poll yesterday, and it was mostly shirtless was the result. And also, hey, Honey Loy, thank you for following. Welcome back. Oh, welcome back. Welcome! Welcome back. Also, welcome front. Welcome sides of you as well. Welcome to the stream. Of course, people voted for shirtless. You were on team shirt. Izzy looked really good with the shirt. A lot of team shirts in the chat. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna experiment with it in this comic even, but probably after I finish coloring. It's because it doesn't really add too much work for me to add sleeves or remove sleeves. I'll see what looks best once everything else is done. You like the shirt with thick arms combo, Psychomanity? I think you're just trying to sabotage me here, Psychomanity. What you just I'm gonna have a mob come after me if I go with that. Thick arms and sleeves. Let's see here. What am I doing? TV guy, TV overlay. I think. Oh, wait, we got to do the other person's limbs, of course. Here we go. Like that. Like that. Oops. Just realized I haven't even done the sleeve on the other side here. There you go. And also remove these parts too. Eh. Just realized the perspective here doesn't really make much sense because the phone is almost facing directly just toward us, but he can still see it. I don't know. But who cares? Who cares? It's clear. Danny Player 1, it happened! Danny Player 1, oh my god! Congratulations on your first spider. It finally happened. Excellent. Alright, be honest, how much are you sweating right now? There's no shame in being truthful with that answer. Wow, what was that? To the trombones once again. There you go. Yeah, the trumpet thingies are a new thing. Added them last night. Because I was working on making some clips from the Draw Them Words the thingies from yesterday's stream, and I realized, who was it? I think it was DePower, or was it Rishu, or Yodo? One of you said something about how like they still think there should be some sort of fanfare for when the timer's up with the Draw Them Words thing, because right now it like ticks, 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 ticks. Time's up, pal, and then it's just silence. And I realized, yeah, it would be cool if there was some sort of like, you know, finale effect. So I made that for that, but I can still also push the button whenever I want. Hope it's not too loud though. I haven't got to check how loud those things are. What is this? Oh, Young Go-Go. 72 months. Oh, hi. How are you holding up? Because I'm a potato. Well, alrighty. Yoan Potato Toe. Potato Toe. Yoan Go-Go. Potato Toe. Thank you very much for the resub. Welcome back. I am doing well. How are you doing? Hope you're feeling fried. Instead of hope you're feeling fine, but fried because you're a potato. The air horn noise you promised me a month ago. The yeah, that would be a better sound effect, huh? Maybe I should do, yeah, maybe I should get that sound effect as well, and then have it randomized between air horn and trumpets. Also, Danny Player 1, oh my god, your sub alerts don't work, I'm told. Hey? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Also, Shiba Socks, welcome back. I hope you're adding our new clips to the BRB screen. Yes. Sure am. In fact, let me just update that right now. I forget. I don't forget, but I need to keep updating that more often. There's a thing I have to push. I have to push a GitHub commit thingy to get the latest clips. And I'm doing that right now. Done. We are up to date. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good, but we do need the sleeves for this person, so let me just quickly... Oops. Like that? Oh, this is a bit messy. I think that kind of works. Hey, Danny Player 1. Oh, there we go. Thanks for making me happy and keep me sane through work. Hey, No worries. Thank you very much. Thank you, Danny Player 1. Danny Player 1 Spider over here. Stephen Lex with 100 bits. Hey, hope you don't mind me taking the middle seat for a little while. Well, hey, Stephen Lexi. Thank you for warming up that seat. Thank you very much. Also, the hype train has started. There's a hype train going on? No! The hype train's not ready yet. But hey, enjoy these last few streams with a silent hype train, since you're not going to see those anymore. Class with 101 bits, thank you very much. Oh, snap! Poor Stephen DeLexi. Kicked out of his seat. Ouch. I like how Klaus even one-upped you with one more bit, even though that was completely unnecessary, since this is a later board, not a leaderboard. It's just whatever the latest one is. Let's see here. Risha had an MRI done today. Turns out I have 2 herniated discs in my C4-C5 spine. Jeez, I don't even know what that is. Herniated disc. Is that when they pop out or something? Sounds painful. Sounds painful. Your whole right arm's numb and tingly all the time. Oh, jeez. They popped out. Jesus Christ. Well, good luck with all that, Rishu. Sounds terrifying. Best of luck with that. And also, Psychomanity, thank you for the 102 bits. Much appreciated. See here. We have the hype drawing game train thing. I revealed it to tier 2 subs and patrons as a behind the scenes post. And it's, I think you can all agree that it's coming along. I do want to have it up and ready by the end of the month at least. So that's my current timeline that I'm trying to go for. Still quite a few things I need to do. Quite a few things. That looks alright. Bring it up. Hey, who dat? Too Young to Die, 13, welcome back. Never dated tennis player. Love means nothing to them. I didn't play enough tennis at all to get the reference, but I know there's something to do with 40 love is a thing, right? I don't know what love is. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Also, Michelle, resubbing. Well, not resubbing, just subbing. Hey, thanks for subbing, Michelle. And you also completed the Draw Them Words game. Draw Them Words game is starting now. Thank you very much. And Klaus, 100 bits, taking the spot away from Psychomanity. Ouch. Thank you very much. Excellent. Oh man, there's so many things I gotta keep track of. Michelle, thanks again for subbing. And yeah, Too Young to Die, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Love 15 means one player has 0 points and the other 15. Oh, okay, so love is basically a word for 0. Man, the person who made up those words in tennis must have been really salty about something. Love means nothing. What do you want to call it when a tennis player has 0 points? Call it love, because it means nothing at all. It's the worst. You don't want it at all. No one wants it. What am I doing? Draw game. Okay, let's do it. Okie dokie, you know the drill. Throw your words in right now. Boobly. I'm gonna drink some coffee. Draw some coffee. I'm gonna drink some coffee while we do this. Hype train complete. Well, thank you very much, everyone. 404 bits there with the hype train. Yeah, really looking forward to getting the hype train game working. Gonna be good. Very pleased with its development. It's gonna be intense. Oh god, what are these? Some of these words that are being submitted. As a friendly reminder, I can and will skip words if need be. But there we go. That's it. All right, got enough words here. Let's see which of the 34 we will be drawing today. They are Boobly. God damn it, Boobly Pie Toodaloo. Jesus Christ. Boobly Pie Toodaloo. I really have no idea what to do with any of this. Toodaloo. I guess they're leaving. Toodaloo is like a leaving thing. Hey, Pace, you gonna come? Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Help me with this one. Meow. Meow. Sit this way. Come this way. Sit here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Bubbly Pie Toodaloo. Okie dokie. Drawing in my mind here. Okay. I think I can work with this. Okay. Let's start now. And yes, that gong is new. That is a new gong. It cost $20,000, but it was worth it. It's a very traditional, legitimate gong from ancient times. Okay, let's do this starting now. Let's see. Oh jeez, oh jeez. I know, he was like, where's the boobly? Where's the boobly? Hey, it's coming. It's coming, alright? You'll all be coming once I'm done with you. Also, it's apparent at this point that I don't know what a pie looks like. There we go, okay. Uh-huh. No, that's too late. I was gonna do blueberries. Blueberries. But blueberries have like those, they're not nipples, but they are something, right? They got the little. Let's see here. 195 seconds to fix this. Oh gosh. It's supposed to be like a napkin thing, like toodaloo. I don't really know how it's supposed to. Right? Don't I have like a initials or something? Toodaloo. Right? Actually, maybe I'll just keep it white. Those aren't boobly, those are nutty. Those aren't. That. Okay, you're gonna make me draw the stems? There you go. Booberies. Okay. 90 seconds. Okay, let's get some shading going on. Ooh. Mm. 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 Also, probably do this a little bit as well. This can't get me banned, right? Right? I mean, the stuff you see on the art category, I mean, this is like real, okay, I don't like this one on the weird side. It looks like a weird growth. Okay. Tame, all I see are blueberries. Well, that's good. Good, good, good. Eh, eh, eh. And then Toodaloo! Toodaloo!
Time's up, pal.
Why did I wait? I don't know why it's playing twice, but okay. Gonna look into that. Let me let me add that as a task. Why does draw them words finish twice? Okay. Very strange. It's twice because there's two boobs. Alright. I want to post this on livestream fail, but it feels like a Twitch mod might see it. I mean, that is... Surely it's tame, right? Okay, but anyways. Let's see. Let's export this for the world. Boobly pie toodaloo. One moment. One moment while I export this. And here we go. Oh, Armithius! Thank you very much for the reset, Armithius. 54 months! I ended the stream to boob pie. Glorious. Yes, thank you very much. Perfect timing to join. Excellent. And already getting us toward the next draw game. And back we go. Whoops. Full size. Okay, let's get rid of this before the thumbnail shows too much to the mods, to the admins. Did the timing work? It sure did. Sure did, didn't it? I wasn't able to test it, but I did do some tweaks. I'm glad to see it worked. Hey, Sarahman, what the hell is this? It, boobly pie toodaloo. Totally works. Yeah, not very out of sync at all to their Super Tux, right? It worked pretty well. And don't worry, the thumbnail already got it. Explains why we have some new people here in the chat. Sweet. All right, let's see. Hey, Sapu. Osu Gamers, rise up. Hello, hello. Goodbye, Paste. Okie dokie. The thumbnail is still just a regular pie outline. Just checked. Okay, good. Good. Safe. We're safe. Let's bring back the comic here. I have to keep closing the separate. Oh, I don't have to close it, do I? I just have to merge it. Well, anyway, when you do draw the words, I have to get rid of this thing. Otherwise, you can see it part of this window here. But I can fix that. I just keep forgetting to. All right. Hey, artist to be. It's been a while. How have you been? I've been well. How have you been? How have you been? Things are going well. Been a busy bee. But it's going well. Oh, excuse me. Oh, what am I doing? There shouldn't even be any limbs. I mean, there should be limbs, but it shouldn't be, you can't have short sleeves as a newscaster. It's gonna be long sleeves, surely. Come on. Hey. Oh. Hey. Danny! Danny, player 2 spiders. What? 2 in a row? Alright, now I feel like Danny player 1 went to find some spider game hacks.
1, 2, 3, pull!
Anonymous Gifter gifting us up the Tofu. Tofu, congrats. Anonymous Gifter, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Tofu, congratulations. And Ready Star, thank you for following. And also for the 1 bit, thank you very much. Psychomanity, if you get banned for Boobly, you can blame me. I kind of started it. I'll be blaming everyone for sure. Everyone but myself. Don't you worry about that. Okay, I think we are good to start moving on and do some coloring. Yes, looking good. Oh, I haven't even done these things yet. I'll do them later. I don't think they'll be like proper line art stuff anyway. They're gonna be more like wispy stuff, kind of like the sketch. Otherwise, it kind of looks kind of weird and noisy if it's just too much detail when it's zoomed out this far. I'm not making things up to get out of it. Okay, let's see. Make these reference layers, hide the sketch, and let's add a temporary background color. What the hell is that? Strange. Psychomanity, 100 bits. If anyone asks, just say it's a manatee face. Okay. Oh god. Do I want to see this? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. What is this? Totally works. This is a better manatee than I've ever drawn. That's for sure. Manatee or manatee. Ah, Dak. Beat you to it. Can't believe This is just so not the best way to, not the best comment to do this new coloring technique. But I'll show you what I mean. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. Let's start. I fill in the colors. So far, so good. Very easy. No complaints yet. And then like fill in the hat. More teeth. Again, more face here, body here, face, teeth, eye, this guy, more, filling in these little gaps in the eye wrinkles. Then fill the hat. Oops. Poof. Poof. Easy peasy. But, oh, and let me also just add some more colors here. Guy's shirt. Oops, forgot to give him a gap. There you go. Okay, and then the phone as well. Hey, Perswiddle, very easy, he says, doing something that would take me forever. I mean, this, in a way, this has taken me forever. It's taken me 10 years to get to this point, so don't feel too bad. 10 years of trying to streamline as much as possible, and still finding new techniques. Okay, so this is probably a good place to stop and tell you what I'm doing here. Okay, so this is now one layer, right? Let me get rid of these layers here. Okay, so this is the only layer where we've got colors on. Ba-ba-bing, bada-boom. And you might be wondering, hey, loading artist, you idiot, isn't the whole reason you have like separate color layers is so that you can change the color of, like, say, a shirt in multiple panels without having to refill in every panel by hand? Because I would normally do something like this, right? And then I have a different thing there. And then I change the shirt color, I just go poof, poof, right? But I found out, and I have mentioned this before, that there is a setting here in the fill tool, apply to connected pixels only. If you turn it off, it'll replace all of that color everywhere else in that layer at the same time. But there were some problems with that because every time you would do it, it would kind of like add more and more colors and leakage, and it would kind of eventually spill over the outlines. I realized that simply all you got to do is make a separate tool. Let me just hide the boobly pie for a second. All I made is a separate tool. I usually use refer other layers. I'm making replace color, no scaling. So that's got the apply to connect pixels thing off, and it's also turned off area scaling and anti-aliasing's off and all that stuff. And that means it's as simple as just doing this. Poof. See that? Let me try it again. You click once. Poof. Huh? Change it again. Poof. Change it again. Poof. And if I hide the outlines for a second, you can see that they never go beyond the amount of pixels that were originally there in the first place. Because before it would be more like this. You know, you do this, it gets bigger, you do this again, it gets bigger again, and eventually it just kind of goes over your lines and it's a bad time. But if you have a separate tool where it doesn't have any of that area scaling or anti-aliasing thing, then it's sweet. And the way I make it even faster is that I've made it so that I have a modifier key that when I hold the modify key when I'm in the fill tool, it automatically changes to the replace color tool that I've made. So I'm holding shift. Wait, let me change the color here. I hold shift, poof. I don't hold shift, poof. See that? Shift, poof. No shift, poof. Shift, poof. No shift, poof. No shift, shift. Does that make sense? Congratulations on this new technique. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I haven't tried it with like a big proper comic yet. This is actually gonna be the first one I do it with, and it's really not the best example, but because it's so few colors. But it's I think it would make life easier and faster, right? Paste. Yeah. I like your funny words, Magic Man. Thank you very much. Because the way we did things before wasn't that great anyway. Because to change the color, you'd have to like double click the thingamajiggy, and then well, you can't see this window that pops up. You have to like do this, or you have to click this, and you go operation tool, and then you can change it. But it's a bit clunky. I don't know. It's not as fast, I feel. So, anywho, that's about it. So yeah, I might make a tutorial video at some point about that. For now, though, let's just do this. So, poof. Yeah, it's a lot faster because I don't have to change layer all the time. I just go poof, poof, poof. It's all in one layer, so it doesn't really matter. Poof, 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 whoops, poof. Poof, poof, poof. Poof, poof, poof. Meow. Poof, poof, poof. Just like that. How did I change the color so fast? Meow. 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 You love it. You love it. How do I change color? Oh, yeah, so Clip Paint, you have two colors. You got your foreground, you got your background, and then you have like blank over here on the side. And I don't know what the default hotkey is, but C, I change between foreground and background color. So sometimes I'll have, like for the mouth, there's two colors. I'll have one color will be the back mouth, the other color will be the tongue color, and I can just change between them like this. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. Do you have to say boof for it to work? Yes. That took me a while to figure out, but yes, you have to say boof every time you use this technique. Otherwise, the Clip Studio gods will frown upon your attempts. Mayritha, will you record a tutorial about it, or I have to rewatch the stream tons of time until I get it? Both, perhaps. I think it's a pretty good topic for a tutorial video, especially if I stick with this technique. This, you know, it kind of makes my other coloring technique a bit redundant, because it's literally about how I color in my comics. But if that's not even true anymore, then, well, that would make me a liar, wouldn't it? But anywho, I am liking it. But yeah, I think I should make a tutorial video about that. So I just got quite a few projects at the moment that I need to get done first. But Mayritha, if you ever have any questions, though, feel free to ask, and I will try and answer them. Please, a tutorial video this week. We need to take care of your rep. Oh my god, this week? Even if I started today. Even if I started the tutorial video today. I would struggle to get it out this week or in a week. I'm so slow with making tutorial videos. I mean, as you all know. I don't know how people make videos so much faster. It's nuts. Ow! Hey, don't touch my AC. No more treats. Eh. Just a few. Just a few. What if $1 million were on the line for me to make a tutorial video in a week's time? Well, well then you'd all have a bland, mediocre video and I'd have $1 million. So that works pretty well for me. I will look into it. Yeah, I should have done that example on the couch because the couch is a lot more noticeable. You'll know what I'm actually doing with this couch. So here's the example again. I want that couch to be pink. Both. I just want it to be pink on this one. Both. Or all of them. Both. Just like that. And it's all on one layer. And which is so much faster too. Like, doing this, but with all the different separate color layers, would be way laggier. Not that I ever have to do this. In fact, I don't want it to ever do that. I never want to move it. So, if anything, I wish there was some sort of lock button, now that I think about it. I wish I could lock the positioning. Is that a thing? Can I do that? I can lock a layer, but then I can't do anything with it at all. I can lock the transparent pixels. I don't want that. I want the opposite of that. I don't know. Also, I forgot. Let's bring back the boobly. There you go. Let's see here. Missing some chat. Also, did I tell Lee about this new technique? No. Maybe I should. I don't know. It's Lee hates new techniques. Me trying to show Lee anything new that affects her routine of doing things is like takes as a personal attack. Lee just hates you talking to her. Well, there's that too. Supertext, I saw a device in a video which you put between your keyboard and your PC where it checks if you actually laughed when you type lol, and it doesn't allow you to type it when you didn't actually laugh. You need the same for both. Oh, wow. Wow, that means I would never be able to say lol ever again in my life. I, like, rarely laugh in real life. I mean, by myself. Like, at my computer, you know? Rarely, rarely, rarely. Like, if I'm watching something by myself, I never laugh. But if I watch it with friends, then I do laugh. And it's a strange, thingamajiggy. What is it? What do you want? Yeah, that's right. Made Pace look away first. Hey! Oh, man. Let's see here. Missing some chat. Sorry. Let's see. Mm, Since when did you start making the lines not connect and have those little spaces? It's kind of a recent thing. It's a recent thing that I started doing when I didn't want... Like, it looks kind of strange sometimes, but it kind of gives a... It makes it a little bit easy to see like what's behind things and what's in front of things. I don't do it all the time, but I think it kind of helps make things more readable when you zoom out. Otherwise, it kind of looks a little convoluted. It makes my life a lot harder, though. As you saw, when I'm trying to fill in that couch, I have to actually like fill in the gap first and then fill the rest. That's a little frustrating, but it's not a big deal. Especially with this new technique, it's a bit faster. Hold on, let me double check. Let me just have a double check where Paste is right now. I wonder if Paste has enough bickies in her bowl. Otherwise, she might be trying to fry herself an egg or something. I will be right back. Have a little stretch or something, and see you in a minute or so. Goodbye. Take care. Welcome back. Thank you very much for waiting. Hello, hello. Okay, let's see. Where were we? Let's go back over here. Unpause alerts. And we were in the process of, yes, coloring things. At this point, I realize I'm a dum-dum. I should have changed the background color by now because it's really affecting my choices for the colors of like the couch. I really have no idea what the colors should be, but that looks okay. Oh, you know, another thing I just realized, I haven't even added the mask to my panels yet. So if I just make the borders the reference layers, and I select all 7 panels, and then add a mask to the main folder, there we go. Nice and tidy. Maybe this comic takes place inside the Boobly Pie. And maybe that's why I picked purple. I got purple in the mind. Purple booblies. Yoyoto, I was curious, would it be easier if you do the comic normally, and then at the end when you're done with coloring and shading, you went back and added those tiny little space lines? No. No, I don't think that would make it easier. Because I think it'll look a little... Actually, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Let me do a quick check here. Also, Totes Cokes, welcome back for 62 months. Hello, folks, or as they say in New Zealand, animate. That's Australian, not New Zealand. Animate. Welcome back, though. How are you doing today? Let me do that quick test here. So let me just make a backup. Okay, so let's pretend like I don't... Let's pretend like I just do this normally here. Right, this is a normal thing how I used to do. Full line, no cuts. Then I would go here and then add the couch. Whoops, hold on. I gotta make the reference layers be correct. Strike finding that spider, almost at 200. Congrats. There you go. Poof, poof, poof. And then you say, then remove the bits. Yeah, I guess it depends on what I want. This would mean it's removing things and then it reveals how far it filled the orange color, in this case, into the line. Whereas, I don't know if I'd prefer it be completely here. Because I feel like without filling to the brim, it looks kind of more distracting, you know? It has like this weird, like a white dot almost, if that makes sense. Like I prefer this almost. But you might be right, actually. You might be onto something, though. Maybe it's still faster to do it that way, to fill in quickly, and then at the end, remove the bits, and then just fill in the parts I want. I don't know if that's faster, or if it's just like faster at the beginning, but then I have to make up for it at the end, so I'm not really saving time, I'm just kind of shifting time around. I wonder if it's that. But it's an interesting thought. What if you do not delete the line, but draw the color of the object on it? Oh, no. Wait, what the what now? Oh, I see. So like, let's see. Put it back. Whoops, back here. And then you just draw the color of the object on it. Nah, that wouldn't work, because then suddenly I have like a separate layer, and then I'm gonna have to like make sure it's. You know, I have to be like really precise, otherwise it kind of cuts in too much. And I think that would take even longer. And then if I ever decide to change this color, you know, to like, let's say blue or something, then suddenly I have to like change that color too, which is gonna be a huge headache. Yeah, so no, that wouldn't work. But yeah, keeping those lines full until the end and then doing it could be something interesting there, yeah. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for the suggestion, though. Let's see. What's next? Oh yeah, I guess we could do this bit here. First of all, let me just fix this thing that I've been meaning to fix. Okay. Go back to our trusty color layer. Oops. Make the line art and the borders our reference layers again. And fill that in. A nice wood table. I don't know, what color shirt do these people have? Wait, do they have jackets on? I think they have jackets on, now that I think about it. They have jackets. What am I doing with this sleeved top? That's not professional looking at all. Right? Well, now I'm confused. I can't tell anymore. Is that better? Like a gray jacket? White shirt? Pink tie? No, this looks... Something about this looks weird. What is that? What does a news anchor look like? News anchor. Okay, so dark jacket, white shirt, salmon tie, blue stripy tie, red tie, gray tie with a blue suit. Jacket should be closed. Most of them are. When they're sitting down there, oh no, shit, I don't know. Maybe they should be closed. Hey, crossover Chrissa. Hey, welcome. Thank you very much for that raid. Welcome. A music stream, eh? What kind of music were you musicking? Thank you very much. Hope you are doing well. What the hell is this? An egg anchor? Oh, an anchor. Oh, I see. Like a news anchor, but it's an egg. I get it. Okay, well, anyways. Crossover Chris. Hey, I'm a music streamer, but today I did doodles. Oh, nice. What kind of doodles did you doodle? Anything you want to show? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Welcome, all raiders. Loading Artist stream over here. Working on the new Loading Artist comic. This week's comic, 7 panels. Let me show you what they look like. Let me turn the sketch back on. And pause alert for a second. Here it is. Everyone but me is doing amazing things. She's publishing another book. He's making a TV series. Well, what about this guy? Ah, shit. Well, what about that guy? Says he's been bitten by a rat. Huh. I guess not everyone is. We interrupt this program to bring you breaking news. The city is currently under attack by an army of aliens seeking to enslave all of humanity. Wait, this just in. We are getting reports an unknown superhero has saved the day. Call me Ratman! Bow, ba-dow, bow, bow, down, 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 down. Bow, ba-dow, down, 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 whoops. Oh gosh, so frame ready. Smooth like butter. But yeah, that's what we're working on. Still quite a lot to do. Just looks like peanut butter right now. I haven't even touched the shading yet. You made cards for your chatters. Cards? Like trading cards? And like real life cards or like digital cards? What are these cards? Explain. Is that Lee in panel 2? Was this comic her idea? This comic is all me. But that is Lee, for sure. Working on her book. I know it's missing the D-Bag News Anchor hairstyle. Look up News Anchor clip art and you'll see it. The hairstyle. News Anchor clip art.
Bobby.
What are we looking at here? You mean like this kind of... I'm not sure if our Google images are the same. Which one are we talking about? Like this over here? This one over here? Like to the side? I was like, Crossover Krista, thank you for following. Hello, hello. Would another panel not be good to show Ratman in an interview? No. I think also that's not what the bonus panels are for sure. That makes it sound like I'm keeping the good stuff for only subs and patrons. I like that you don't even see it. You can just hear him off screen and you can like picture it in your head. The sideswept look? I didn't even realize that was a controversial hairstyle. That looks just like a normal hairstyle to me. The sideswept stuff kind of reminds me of like Jim from The Office, like later season Jim. Oh, these look really weird. Oh my god, that's creeping me out. Oh god, so much bad art out there. Oof. Time of Two Cakes. Oh, I thought panel 2 might be about cherry art. It wasn't supposed to be, but it was funny timing though that that Cherry Art is in the process also of publishing her, I think it's her second. She's definitely had books before. A book's being published right now, and I even retweeted it just like the other day. Now I have this comic. I hope she doesn't like. I hope she doesn't think that I'm like being so torn up about her successes. Even though it's true. But nothing personal though. Still very good. I'm very proud and pleased that everyone's doing so well. I'm not salty at all. Let's see here. And also, Safu, I almost feel like showing Ratman Essential, but with only writing in the last panel, it's not transporting the joke as well. I disagree. I think showing Ratman is almost like it's doesn't leave anything to the imagination. And I'm not just saying that to get out of drawing stuff, but I think I like that it's just off screen and you can see it in his eyes. And then your brain connects the dots. Let's see here. What was I doing? Oh yeah, so with the haircut, yeah. I mean, you know what? I guess I could just be looking at. We have had like news anchors before. Well, not this one. This one. Oh, yeah, more like this one. Okay, here we go. This is an old one, super old. This is a more recent one. Blue jacket, red tie. Same dude here. Kind of gray hair, mustache. Maybe it should be like that dude. Let's see. Off screen is much funnier. Frenchie? Well, I'm glad you think so. I agree. Oops. I also think that the jacket being open is kind of weird. Let's make this tie longer. And then this jacket being, oops, closed. Gosh, it's looking messy right now. Hold on, fixing it, fixing it. Comics looking good. Hey, thank you, Yodo. Maybe look up famous news anchors and model after them. Well, I've gone from wanting this guy to be quite. Oh.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Lishty 17. 3014 will be here forever. 3014, Lishty 3014, thank you very much for the resub. Oh man. I also like the thing that you resub just to try and get me to look at the screen and realize I've made a terrible, terrible mistake here. Appreciate that as well. I did notice just in the last second. I even saw in the chat. Yeah, Yoda, wow, the comic's looking so good, and then do not mention it, nobody mentioned it, and then Dao is like egg, and then Yoda's like butt, and then Saruman's like boo. I'm like, what the hell are these guys talking about? Jesus Christ. Why do I even read the chat anyway? I think the problem is that my stream preview is like further away than I'm used to. It's like in the corner over here. It used to be more like this way. Now it's there, so I can't even really see it. Okay, what was I doing? Okay, sorry, I fixed the jacket. I guess we could just do the hair. And the mustache. I'm just gonna I'm gonna add a new layer because I'm scared. What if I'm messing this up? Like this, and then oh gosh, we interrupt this program to bring you breaking news. Well, that just looks really weird. What have I done? What have I done here? Okay. Okay, I think I've... And also, yes, Yoda, your compliment now means nothing to me. At first, I was like, oh, Yoda's really liking the comic. That's nice. Now I realize you were just saying it just to hurt me. Or to get me to realize I've made a terrible mistake. Here we go. Still looks kind of strange. Is it because the eyes just... I feel like his head is on a lean now as well. Hey, Hurricane, welcome back. Also, Storm Rao. Wait, is that a crazy coincidence of what? Storm Rao, Hurricane. And on my, I don't know about if it's true or not, but at least on my chat, you both have the same colored name as well. He should have brown hair. Well, I'm kind of, right now I'm kind of basing it off of this dude. So, this dude's got gray hair. The mustache makes him look like a duck. Good times. I think it looks fine. I think it looks fine. He's too old. News anchors, I think they're notoriously old. And okay, let's see, how does the other... Okay, then this thing is usually white, and then this thing is red, and then the background is blue. Actually, I have, I think I actually have... Held the phone. Don't look at it, what I'm about to do. Don't look at this, don't look at this, don't look at this. Which one is it? Oh no, I'm not realizing that I'm not showing my screen. What a mistake that I have done. Oh dear. Oh no. What is happening? And realizing my mistake now and going back. Okay, whoops. Oh, what's this? I've got a little, kind of like a newscaster background. Let's see, let's make this a separate layer. Actually, not a separate layer, I'm just gonna use the mask. There we go. Yeah, I'm not cheating. This is from a bonus panel that I've done in the past, and why not reuse it? It would be a shame not to. Looks pretty good. Let's see here. I just realized his phone is kind of weirdly blue. I don't know why is it so blue. Gonna change that. Oh no, I've changed. Okay, well here's a problem. Okay, here is a problem with this new coloring technique. I have this weird color for the phone, and I want to change the phone color. And of course, I can just manually change each one by hand again. But if I want to do my new technique, I push one button and it fills all the different phones of the same color. But uh-oh, what's this? It's also changed his jacket because his jacket is very similar to the color of the phone. Whoops. So what do we do? I think it's the exact same color. I see why it's the exact same color. The mistakes, they're already piling up. The reason is because his jacket was gray, the phone was gray. I changed the jacket to blue, it changed the phone to blue. And see, I've lowered the tolerance now. I've lowered the tolerance to 0. So hopefully that should fix that in future. That means it has to be the exact same color for it to replace. Yeah, okay. Oopsies. How do I best fix this now? I guess I could... Can I do this? Wait, can I just select everything and then... Aha! That's kind of cool. Okay, so I've selected everything but this guy's suit. I did that by selecting an area around him and then inverting my selection, Control-Shift-I. And now, if I do that technique of changing all the colors of this phone, it won't affect the suit, even though it's the same color, because I have deselected this area. So that works. Alright, that's good. Now I'm just gonna try this again. Oh, now I don't even need the selection anymore. I could just do this. You can see over here how it affects all the different phones at the same time. Pretty good. Pretty good. Excellent. Now, because the tolerance is at 0, and I'm assuming that the phone color and the TV color is not exactly the same. Is it? The phone color is 73 RGB 73 73 73, and the TV is 61 61 61. Okay, so they are different grays. Let's see. Tolerance is at 0. Nice. Nice. Cool. Excellent. Yeah, it has to be the exact same gray for it to replace. Perfect. Perfect. Strike, what's this? You painted some gray outside of his hair on the left side of his head. On the left side of his head, some gray. You mean, oh, like this? This looks bad. Whatever this is. Oh, whoops! I see. It's because this should be the background. What have I done? There we go. No, that's still broken. Okay, hold on. I see. Bear with me here. I'm still gonna get used to this new technique. How's that? Is that working? I think. I don't know. Does that work? I don't know. Let's see here. That fixed it, even though it's not what I meant? Okay. Well, well, well. The sideswipe style looks so news anchory. It looks like I was right. You are correct. It also helps distinguish this character from the other characters too. That does look quite a bit different. It works. Still looks like a duck though. Yeah, it's intentional. change the suit color though. I don't like how gray it is. That looks fine. What now? Let's do shading, I think. That should help. That should help. Yeah, let's do shading. But first, let's do a quick BRB. And I'll be back very, very soon. Yeah. See you in like a minute and a half. 90 seconds. Hello, welcome back. I mean, okay. Okay, let's see. Where are we at here? Where are we at? Let's see here. All right. Okay, cool. We're at the shading part of the stream. So let's get a nice grayish purple and begin shading. Let's start with the first one. Start with the first one here. Oof. This first one's gonna have a different shading color to the rest of the panels. It's gonna be more intense. It's gonna be darker. We're even gonna have shading in the side of the mouth. Something I don't really normally do anymore for the normal panels, but for like shouty, oops, oh god, it looks like he's spitting out COVID. For the shouty panels, I like to have some depth in the mouth. Look at that deep throat look going on. That looks good. And then maybe some shading on the eye bags. Yeah, the more detail, the more intense it comes across. Yeah, not bad. There we go. And add some braille to his chin. It's supposed to be like, you know how your chin kind of forms all these dimples? Like when it... I don't know, it looks kind of strange now. Maybe I'll get rid of it. Go for something more cartoony. No, that looks weird. Looks like he's growing a goatee. Ah! Is it looking amazing? Well, thank you, Yoto. I did double check first to make sure that the stream wasn't showing Chrome again, but... Let's see here. I don't like the fact that the phone doesn't have the loading phone logo anymore. Oh yes, I forgot to do that. That wasn't actually an intentional choice. I forgot to add it. Let's do that now. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, 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 doop. There we go. Doop, 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 doop. Who dat? Strike! Almost at 200! Excellent. Oh, that perspective doesn't work. Let's change the perspective. Make it a little bit smaller. There we go. That's still a bit wonky. There we go. That's better. Okay. Let's do the same for the other ones. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, 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 doop. And over here. Just copy and paste it? Never! It'll probably take me longer to copy and paste and like reposition in the correct way than it is just to draw it again. And then lower the opacity a smidge. Cool. Thank you for the reminder, Rishu. Okay, cool. Let's keep that the intense shading. Make a new shading. This one will be less intense. And here we go. Whoops. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Even that's gonna have. Oh, I can tell. That was Ikoi, wasn't it? Feels like Ikoi beats. Yeah, I've got the ear for it now. Yoto. Cast Ikoi alert. See here. Maybe this should be. Whoop, whoop. Mm. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Add the shading to the side here. Add his shading. And oh yes, I think we can also get into comic titles in today's stream as well, and then keep tomorrow's stream be purely a Hi-Fi Rush finale, because I'm pretty sure we're going to finish the game in tomorrow's stream, which is pretty exciting, since finishing games is a rarity on this channel. Only done it a handful of times. There we go. Poor, poor Dave the Diver. Yeah, I haven't got distracted away from Dave the Diver. I guess we'll get back into it. It depends on. I feel like people want to see more Dave the Diver. That's the impression I get. Those poor animals at the zoo. Oh yeah, those are long dead. If that makes you feel any better, Rishu. Planet Zoo's animals, they're long gone. Yeah, the rocks are dead too. All the rocks died. They're so dead to me. Or should I say, those rocks are sedimentary. So dead to me? Sedimentary? Wait, the sedimentary is a rock thing, right? It's a term. Pretty sure. Top phone's missing the logo. We held the phone. Top phone is missing the logo. Oh no, it's here. You just can't. It's hard because of the shading. The shading is so intense. It's hard to see. But it'll be easy to see once I add like a different background color, because the background color is blinding right now. Especially in that first panel, it's gonna be like red or something abstract like that. Oh, you meant the other ones? What you talking about? Oh, but you oh yeah, no, this is the front of it. I know it doesn't look like the front right now, but it'll look like it soon. Missing the third lens. What? I only have the two lenses on my phone. I'm not gonna. I can't afford the pro version even in comic form. So 2 lenses is all I got.
I don't like this weird dorm that's hanging off her forehead.
A very appropriate quote. Oh, looking professional, you know who? Very professional. Nice suit. Power suit. Just fixing some mistakes I've forgotten about here and there. And that table's too dark too. This I think might also be a intense shading, or like a dead shading, like more gray maybe. I don't know. The lighting on this panel is going to be very significant to get the feeling across. The tongue lets it down though. The tongue, yeah, it kind of ruins the professional vibe a smidge, but otherwise it works. I don't know. Maybe it's just the profession. The oldest profession, exactly, Rishu. Phones with a cluster of 4 cameras kind of creep me out. I don't know why. Tommy Two Cakes. I think there's a word for that. It's called what's the word? Ah, shit. I used to know this word. It used to make me sound smart, but now it's just done the opposite. What's that word? It's something phobia, and it's like a fear of holes, like a bunch of holes, like trip. That's what everyone knows but me. Trypophobia. I think everyone's got different spellings. But yeah, trypophobia, I think is what it's called. Same thing. Yeah, like you don't want to watch a frog give birth. Or is it a toad? Same thing, whatever. I think it's a toad. Then again, I don't know who wants to watch toads give birth. I guess toad people. But yeah, that's a gross visual. Because they shoot out of the toad like all the different holes in the back or something. It's disgusting. You like the word thalassophobia, fear of the ocean? Yeah, I've got that going on. I've got thalassophobia. Wait, is thalassophobia the fear of the ocean, or is it the fear of man-made objects in the ocean? There's a different word for that. I think I'm subscribed to both of those subreddits. I forget what that one's called. But yeah, the fear of man-made objects in the ocean is another one. Like a sunken ship or a sunken plane. That's a creepy one. I think it's one of the top ones of that subreddit. Or like the back of a giant ship and there's like a big spinny fan thing and there's like a little scuba diver next to it. The fear of those holes is derived from unusual hole patternings, which the brain associates with bug holes. Makes sense. Thalassophobia is just the ocean in general. I like the word ibophobia, which is the fear of palindromes. The word itself is a palindrome. Cheeky. What am I doing here? Background colors, I think. Let's do it. This one, I don't know if it'll be red, but it's red for now. Hurts my eyes a bit. It'll also probably have, the kind of classic thing like this. Something like that. The other panels, For things like the background wall, I'm still using the old technique of having a color layer. I think it just makes more sense that way. Because it's easier to quickly change and like experiment with different colors, which is what I do often with the background. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the background of this one should be. Mm. Mm. The news anchor panel should have really dark shading everywhere but the TV. I agree. Have like a glowing effect or something. But I do want it to be like in the same room. Which makes me wonder if this should have like a bluish gray wall too. Hold on, let me just look at what have I done in the past. Instead of reinventing the wheel here. Also, hey, Rishu, congrats. Got him. 27 spider. So in this case, I'm trying to stay away from gradients, I think. Gradients is so last year for me. Now it's all about what's a good interior shot. Oh, they all have gradients actually. Whoops. Or here's one where it's actual hat guy with a shirt even. That's got a gradient. I guess gradients aren't bad. I don't know. Maybe gradients aren't too bad after all. It's a slight gradient. What's the... Here's one with a couch. Oh, here's a question, by the way. I don't know if it's just me, and I don't know if you were still here, Supertux, but when hovering over the thumbnails on the site like this, it doesn't let you click at first. Like, if I hover and I click, it doesn't do anything. I have to click again. I'm not sure if that's just me. I click, nothing happens. I click again. Still nothing happens. Click again. Now it happens. Does it happen for you as well? Like, even opening in a new tab, I have to, like, do it twice. Doesn't happen for you? Huh. Strange. Because I've tried it in different browsers. Maybe it's Supertext. I'm assuming you're on Linux, right? Maybe it's like a Linux thing. Strike, it happens for you as well. Maybe your mouse is. Maybe your mouse is. It's not my mouse. It's not my mouse. Maybe your mouse isn't even plugged in. Supertext, talking to me like I'm some sort of middle-aged caveman. Cookie settings. I don't know. I'm not sure. Here's, if people want to test it out, you go to the archive, and then you just mouse over one, and then you click, and it won't let you go. For me, anyway. And I have to click again, and then it works. It's the second click. The first click, it doesn't really regard. There you go. Interesting that it happens for some, but not for others. Not a problem for you on Firefox? Yeah, this is Chrome I'm using, but it happens to me on Firefox too. Let me just double check on the other. Right? Hold on, does it? Actually, no, hold on. Maybe Firefox is fine. Oh no, Firefox is fine. What? Hey. Okay, Firefox is fine. Oh, I could have sworn that it was broken on Firefox too. Maybe it's just a Chrome thing. Sweet. Yeah, Firefox is fine. It's just Chrome. What's broken Psychomanity? Oh, it's when you're in the archive and then you hover over something and then you click, it won't let you click until the second click. Like that. Yeah, Chrome, Brave as well. Yeah, I guess Brave is just is also using Chrome anyway, right? Isn't that the thing about Brave? But I've noticed it for a while, but I always kind of just assumed it was my computer or something. Edge broken as well? Oh yeah, because Edge is using Chromium too, isn't it? I like this color scheme of this comic. I think maybe I'll go for this. You got the yellow gradient, you got the couch. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. It's which one is this? Off with Friends. 2022. Super text. Well, basically, it's basically Chrome, Firefox, and Safari. Everything else is just Chrome in a different skin. That's true. That is true. Yeah, I used to use. I haven't. I used to use Firefox way back when, and then I stopped for a while. And I went to Chrome, then I went to Brave, and then I went to Vivaldi, and then I went to back to Firefox recently again. Hopping over these backgrounds. Here. There we go. Bring the gradients back. So drag and select. Drag and select. There we go. And then this, whoops, ah shit. And then this last panel over here. But this is gonna have a completely different vibe. Actually, I'm gonna make a new folder at the top here called VFX. Add a kind of a grayish, bluish thing. Whoa, that's weird. Just in this last one. I'm not gonna darken it necessarily, but just I thought I would try some sort of. That doesn't really do anything, does it? Nah, screw this. I'm gonna shelve that effect for a second.
My name is.
Raid! Oh my gosh. Why Artworks. Welcome. Thank you very much for the raid. Ah! Welcome. Pizza party. Delicious. What kind of pizza are we having? Thank you very much, everyone. Welcome to the Loading Hour stream. How was your stream? How was your outing? Is there anything you want to show? What were you doing today? And welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Loading Hour stream. Working on a new Loading Hours comic today. Let me show you what that is all about. Oh, yes. Have we done the shout? Wait, did we do the shout? Let's do a shout out. Nope, doesn't work that way. I need access missing through my chatty client. Hold the phone. Ooh! Shout out. I thought that was given right. I think that was Supertux that just gave it. Thank you, Supertux. I thought I automated the shout out, but I guess not. I should. But thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. How was your stream today? Lots of meat, mushroom, and jalapenos on the pizzas. Ooh, meat, mushroom, and jalapenos. I like the mushrooms. I like the meat. Jalapenos. Sounds spicy. Sounds dangerous. I've never actually had a pizza with specifically that on it. Hope you've been well. You've been sick? Really sick? Oh dear. You're better now though. Kinda? Sick with what? Was it the COVID? COVID sickness? I'm just gonna back away slowly. Where's my mask? It's alright. I have a mask on top of the microphone anyway, so it's we're all good. Oh yes, let me show you what the comic is. Hold on. Where are my manners? Turn on the sketch here a bit better. Okay, here we go. Here's the comic we're working on today. Everyone but me is doing amazing things. She's publishing another book. He's making a TV series. Well, what about that guy? Says he's been bitten by a rat. Huh. I guess not everyone is. We interrupt this program to bring you breaking news. The city is currently under attack by an army of aliens seeking to enslave all of humanity. Wait, this just in. We are getting reports an unknown superhero has just saved the day. Call me Ratman! All 7 panels there. Whew. Lots of work to do. Lots of work to do here. But yeah, we're getting there. Just finished the coloring, did some shading, and now we're doing the anti-crappening part of the comic. Hope you like it. Hey, Kui. Hello, hello. We think it was COVID, but we tested like 8 times collectively, the family, and it was always negative. The whole family was sick. Oh dear. Oh geez. Scary stuff. Yeah, the testing, I mean, I hear it's not completely accurate, COVID testing, right? They can give sometimes like not false positives, but the false negatives. I feel like if you get a positive, it's like most certainly you have it. But if you get a negative, it doesn't mean you don't have it. Yeah. But you're pretty much better besides the residual rare mini cough? You were in bed for like a full week, literally? Oh, geez. Scary. Oh, man. I haven't been sick in... I think... I don't know when the last time I was sick. But it's been a while. I'm hoping to keep with my record there. And I haven't gotten COVID yet. Fingers crossed. I never do. Don't jinx it. I'm not... Okay, well, if I say jinx... That means I'm like anti-jinxing it, right? But yeah, I hope you and your family feel better soon. Get back to 100%. No, 110%. And also, hold on, I'm missing some chat here. I think there was something I was looking at. Oh, why? You saw the rough for this comic yesterday when I was being sneaky. Got a good laugh. Oh, well, thank you very much. Well, it's sneaky beaky. Glad you like it. And me getting sick was my first time hit by it, if it was COVID. Oh, man. Our neighbors heard about it apparently, and they were like, "How? Everyone's already gotten it a long time ago." Oh, that you hadn't had COVID yet? That's a long time. It's like, you know, COVID happened what, 2020? So 3 years, pretty good record to have. Assuming it was COVID that you had. I'm gonna be traveling for the first time since this whole COVID business next month, so I'm a little scared about that. I'm gonna be flying. I haven't stepped on the plane in forever. And oh, at the end of next month, yeah. Oh, basically April. Basically, yes. Oh, a little worried about that, especially because the whole reason for my traveling is to to see my grandmother, who I haven't seen in like 17 years or something. Shit, is it 17 years? Damn, that's a long time. Ooh. So hopefully I don't, bring her the kiss of death, bringing her COVID or something. Hopefully not. Gonna be doing a bunch of tests, but yeah. Hopefully the tests actually work. You just got back from Tahoe, which is a skiing resort? Tahoe? I don't even know what that is. Kui. Tahoe, I thought it sounds kind of like a Fijian island or something. Not skiing at all. Storm, our flat got COVID when the New Zealand government took away the restrictions, like immediately in our immunocompromised house. Ouch. Yeah, I would keep wearing masks and stuff in the supermarket for a long time afterwards. I've recently stopped with the masks. I mean, obviously, if a place requires it, I'd wear a mask. I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, I used to be like one of the few last remaining maskers at the supermarket. But then at some point, it became kind of redundant. Like I'd be in the mall, a shopping mall, a food court and stuff, around all these people, and then just because I go into the supermarket, doesn't really make much difference. But cheers. But yeah, the airport and the plane stuff I'm really worried about. Oh, focus. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. Let's see here. Let's see here. What am I doing? Oh yes, let's do the screens, I think. The screens have been screaming at me to get done for a while now. Definitely been dragging my feet with that. Excuse me. I'm gonna make a folder. And in that folder, we're gonna make a bright white layer. And on the folder, we're gonna add a mask. And then that mask, we're gonna mask out the screen, which is gonna be here. Right at the bottom. Whoop. And then same thing on this side. Whoop. And then whoop. 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 Something like that. That looks good. And now we can turn the sketch back on and then draw our screens. Kind of dreading this stuff. Dinner time for me. I will leave my computer here to support. Hey, well, why? Thank you very much again for the raid. Have some dinner. Have a good dinner. Have a good rest. And I hope you're back to 110% ASAP. Much appreciated. Take care. Oh. Let's see here. Gonna try and draw Exocomics' character here. Kui? What is this story? What is this story? I've already gone through it a few times here, but luckily it is clipped as well. So here you go. You can watch at your leisure. Kui. Oops. I pushed the wrong button. I meant to do Kui. There we go. Oops. There is the clip. Clipped by SuperTux. Thanks again, SuperTux. What am I doing here? I've already drawn this. Why am I drawing this again? Wait, she's got glass. Wait, how does Exit Comics look again? Forgot already. Exit Comics looks. The glasses. Oh, okay, they're rectangular and they go across the thingamajiggy. Alright, okay. Close enough. I can tell Exit Comics isn't in chat because if she were, she'd be screaming right now. Screaming at how bad this looks. Can we just watch the clip reveal? The comic reveal? My god, that's cheesy. Ooh, and I like cheesy. Can't make a good pizza without cheese. Or a good comic. How is this getting worse? This looks worse in the sketch. Lee looks like an old lady now. So accurate. Ouch. And she's not even here to protect herself. Somebody call the old folks home. Let her know what's going on. I don't even measure the size of the parts with a ruler. Yeah, it's because I'm not a psycho. That's some serial killer behavior. Measuring the body parts with a ruler. That looks awful. It looks so bad. Whatever. Okay, and then we're gonna do the. This is kind of like the reply text box thingy on Instagram stories. And you get the heart as well. Whoop, whoop. And then over here is the avatar. Looks alright. And that sketch looks pretty good already. I mean, honestly, what am I really hoping to achieve by redrawing this part? Nothing. Nothing. Just gonna copy that. Bring it over. Yeah. So wait. There is the avatar, and again, the text box thingy. And the heart. It's, oh, I don't know if you heard that, but my heart just made a clicking sound. Oh, man. Hey, the power. Oh, good to see. Oh, excuse me. Oh, man. Good to see you here. I'm wondering if it's too late to... Oh, I still have some coffee. Whoops. Oh. Sneaky. Sneaky coffee there. Let's see. Hey, Stu Whale, how do you go about starting with comic? From the script or straight to the thumbnail? That's a good question, Stu Whale. Let's see. How do I start my comic? Well, usually I start by doodling some stuff in my sketchbook like this, and they're just like really rough thumbnails. Sometimes they're not even doodles, they're just text that I write out. So I'll start with like a really rough doodle in my sketchbook first. Tier 2 subs and patrons get to see it. They look a little bit like this or so. Yeah, it's fine. I was worried, like, should I have shown that page? Uh-oh. But whatever. If you're the type to go back and freeze frame and zoom in, then you deserve to see the blurry pixels there. So I'll take that, and then I'll go into my computer, my Clip Studio Paint, and then I'll convert it into something that looks like this, but more of a like a basic version. Like I'll have like dots for eyes, just to see the timing. Again, tier 2 subs and patrons get to see all this extra behind the scenes stuff. And then I'll make a final sketch, which looks like this. And then I'll start streaming, which looks like this. That's the process. The process is a little bit different from for my Plucked Up comics, the longer form comics. Those ones, since they're more dialogue and story based, sometimes I will literally just type up a script before I do thumbnails. Like, again, it'll start with like doodles and stuff, and then I might write dialogue on the computer because it's faster to type, and then I'll make thumbnails, like proper thumbnails on the computer that are like nicer versions of this, and then I'll do the rough sketch and then the final sketch and then the final stuff. So it's a bit more of a process with Plucked Up than it is Loading Artist, but relatively the same process. What is this layer here? What have I done? Oh, this is I should name these layers. Phone logo is that, and then this is screens, and here we can do thingamajiggies. What should the backgrounds and stuff be? Well, let's do the text first. Whoops, wrong button. Not too important that this is like not big enough to be read, because it's not really important stuff to read. Like, I say the thing anyway, the important stuff. That's good. This one here, this could be, I'm just kind of making it look a little bit nicer from the sketch. Yeah, whatever. And then we'll make a color layer, and on this one we'll do... I heard it. I heard the beats, Ikoi beats. Let's just do that first, and then fill this in like so. I think that's kind of what it looks like. Him. Then on the corner here, we'll do maybe like a dark blue, and then oh, that N is hard to read with that blue background. But not important. Do this bitty here. This stuff is going to be like 50% transparency on top of the background, so I'm not going to make it on the same layer. Oh, here we need to have first the background color. Yeah, I'm not really 100% sure what the color should be yet, but I can figure it out later. You saw one episode of Oddballs. It was fine. I haven't actually seen it. I can't watch it. I mean, technically I can. I have Netflix, or at least I have access to Netflix, at least for now, until Netflix gets rid of the shared password thing. But I can't watch it. It fills me with too much. Well, whatever this feeling is, whatever this feeling is, I can't. That'll be me if I try to watch. Not rage. I'm not angry, but more just like, I don't know what it is. Not quite. I don't know. I really have no idea. But kind of makes you feel like, not that I've missed out. Maybe a little bit. But it does make me feel some sort of regret or like jealousy, something like that. So I can't bring myself around to watching it. Which makes me sound like super, what's it called? Not sure, is it? I don't even know any of these words. Horniness? Cum? Segs? What the hell are these words? Okay. Petty? Yeah, it makes me feel petty, I think, that I can't even bring myself around to watching it and just enjoy the success of others without feeling like it's taking something away from me. Yeah. I think once I get like my own book out there and stuff, I'll finally have like a bit of that relief feeling, like finally I've done it as well now. But until then, it's like kind of eating me up inside a little bit. Oh, what have I done here? Why did I make the background color the same layer as... this whole one layer thing is driving me nuts. What if he dedicates an entire episode to you? God, I hope not. We love you in your comics because they are you and your comics. Well, thank you very much. I'm not even trying to make it seem like it's like a competition or anything like that, or like, I'm Team Loading Artists versus Team Odd Ones Out or Team Exocomics. Nothing like that at all. Nothing like that at all. I mean, it's all so different anyway. But I guess with the Odd Ones Out, it's a bit more of a... It hits closer to home because of like me being like his inspiration to even begin, and then having like people confuse me for the Odd Ones Out, and then people saying like, oh, you're the guy that inspired the Odd Ones Out. And then like, I don't know, it just feels like
Bobby.
Makes me feel like I'm like the young small one, you know what I mean? When I should be the old comic person, the wise old one with the beard. I don't know what I'm saying. By the way, if we were to pick teams, we would always pick Team Lee. That's why I'm not asking people to pick teams. I hate this orange color. I don't know what I've done here. Why have I insisted on having this orange color? I have no idea. Get rid of that. Gonna make that a separate layer. Dower. Gregor's afraid that's going to be on his tombstone. The guy who inspired the Odd Ones Out. To top it off, his name is going to be misspelled just like in that one card. Misspelled just like in that one card? What? Wait, what card are we talking about again? What if my donation, sperm donation, ends up with another Wins Out 2040? I dedicate this $1 billion movie franchise to my biological dad, Loading Artist. That'd be pretty good. I've hedged my bets. Let's see, I'm reading some more chat here. Also, hey, Master Black, good to see you here. Didn't see you coming. Stew Ale, is everyone here always thirsty? Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, it was ages ago. I can't remember if it was a card or something else, but you showed on stream that Tchaikovsky was misspelled. It was spelled Crazy Kowski. That's right. It was my health insurance card. My health insurance. I was called Crazy Kowski by mistake. Second man 100 bits. Seriously though, Gregor, you've accomplished so much. I can only have a dream of. You've fostered such a nice community on Twitch. You've stuck with making these comics for over 10 years. I could never stick with something for that long. You've made an inspiring comic series exploring the emptiness, burnout that makes you feel you're amazing. Oh, thank you very much. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm fishing for sympathy or compliments or anything, but I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it, and I will accept any sympathy and, and compliments. Not that I'm fishing for any. But the 10 years thing is, I mean, the 10 years thing is a double-edged sword. Because on the one hand, it's like, yeah, wow, sticking with something for 10 years, that's pretty sweet. On the other hand, wow, 10 years. Still no book, huh? You're an ass and I love you? Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for loving my ass. That is also all of me. And for the 100 bits. Oh god. Well, thank you, Cortegi. Leveling the playing field. Ikoi beats. Let's skip that song. 100 bits. I'll take these sympathy bits too. Oh, I see. It's a hype train. Oh, Jesus Christ. A hype train just started. Oh my god. That's all I have right now. Hype train! Yay! It's gonna be way better soon. This whole hype train business, the drawing game, the hype drawing game, it's gonna be way better. Don't even look at it right now. Doesn't even exist. Okami4, thank you for the 39 months. Almost Okami4T. Next month, thank you very much. Oh, and that's draw game. Hey! I shouldn't overuse it. You're a love, and I ask you. Thank you for asking me. Only takes 100 bits to ask me. Much appreciated. And class as well. Thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's do some draw game, hey? Draw game. Let's do it. First, thank humanity with 100 bits. I just really empathize of not feeling like you've accomplished enough. It's important to remind yourself and others of all the things you have done. Thank you very much. Thank humanity. Yeah, it's good to keep that in mind. It's hard. I mean, I guess it's hard to. You gotta keep all that stuff in check. It's easy to get used to stuff. Yuko. What is this? Yuko, Klaus, 100 bits, 110 bits. I love your ass and you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Jesus Christ. You're an I, and I love ass. The most real one so far. Much appreciated. Stephen Alexi, thank you. Let's get into the draw game. Whoop. 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 Here we go. Golden words time. Okay. Add your word. You know the drill. Do it now. It's gonna open the stuff on the side here. Make sure we're all ready for... Oh god. Stu L, what's happening? It's draw them words. It's been unlocked. Feel free to add a suggestion using the channel point reward. What was this? Wait, I can't even. What just happened here? Wait, did someone? Oh, it's Klaus. Ass and I love your eye. Thank you, Klaus, for the 100 bits. Psychomanity 100 bits. That pie looks like an ass, and I love it. Well, thank you. It was supposed to be a. Wait, do I still have it? Yeah, there it is. It's supposed to be booberies, but ass works as well. Okay, that's it. Dong's done. 64 words. Oh, I bet 90% of it is just ass, isn't it? Oh god, Jesus Christ, what is this? Foreskin. Jesus, phallus. Komiko, what the hell? Man, it's dangerous starting drawing words when the chat's all riled up and all giggity. Okay, well, let's see. Hopefully my anti-ass filter is working. The words are...
Come on.
Dog, lollipop... Well, let's redo... I gotta redo that. I don't know what is. Gotta re-roll it. Is this yours, Cortegi? Who is this? I've got the list right in front of me. I'm gonna be adding. It was Cortegi. God damn it. I'm gonna be adding people's usernames attached to this at some point. I have that power. I've figured it out for the hype train thing that I'm working on. So I'm gonna bring that technology into this thing so we can see exactly who to blame for these things. I can't draw. I'm gonna re-roll it. Both. Damn it! Okay. So close. Thought we were safe. And also, dog lollipop ass is just, that's also not, it's not something you want next to each other. Dog lollipop ass. Oh man. Oh god. Think unsexy thoughts. Oh god, too perfect. Everything is too perfect right now. Dog lollipop ass. Dog lollipop ass. To be honest, even just dog is something I'm dreading because I hate drawing dogs. They're so hard to do. Not to mention the whole lollipop ass thing as well. A dog holding a lollipop with its ass. Hey class, thank you for it. Congrats class for catching that spider. Can't believe dog is the word I have a problem with in this one. Oh god, it's Isabelle from Animal Crossing again. Okay, well let's just start, shall we? Good luck to me. Wait, lollipops are like that's the wrong. I forgot how lollipops work. Lollipops are the opposite. It's in the big parts on the inside. Oh, geez, that's changed my whole. I don't know what to do this part then. Oh no. Okay, you know what? He's just licking the lollipop like this. There you go. I know you're wondering, where's the ass? You've got the dog, you got the lollipop. We're waiting for the ass. Oh my god. Oh god. May as well make it wagging that tail. That's not how this works. To be fair, I've never actually had a dog before. Oh, that looks just like it. Where's the other leg? There's the other leg. I think that. I think that works. Okay. Now let's oops. There we go. Got the pink tongue, the dark brown nose. The let's make this lollipop really. Oh, and the tongue is too pink in comparison. Make the lollipop really pink. There we go. And some white for the stick. How much time? 2 minutes. Oh no. I think this is the best dog I've ever drawn. If you can believe it. Let's do some shading. The shading will help really emphasize the thickness. Oh, I just realized the dog's paw is broken. It's backwards. There we go. There we go. Nice. Uh, 50 seconds. Let's see. Maybe we had dogs have like spots on them, right? Is that does it just look diseased now? It's supposed to be like spot the dog, right? Oh geez. Add some rim light to the other cheek. Nah, I think that's pretty good. Here's one spot. It's diseased. Oh no, hold on. I don't know how dogs work. 20 seconds. Should just be. Oh god. Just a spot in the eye. Ah!
Time's up, pal.
Okay, I don't know. Yeah, again, I don't know why it's doing that twice. And this is also doing twice. Not sure why. Okay, okay. Alright, I'm done. Oh god. Alright, I'm done. There we go. There we go. Oh, and a lollipop. Just. There we go. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Okay. Awful. Thank you very much. How can the dog grab the lollipop but doesn't have thumbs? It's. I don't know. I'm surprised anyone's even looking at the poll, to be honest. I think that works. I think that works. I'm actually pretty stoked about this dog here. Best dog I've ever drawn. Let's see. Let's export this now. Yeah. So what now? Stewale, we're gonna be exporting this for the world to see. I would feel greedy having this all to myself. So gonna export. Clock. Time to hydrate. Yay! Thank you very much, Maggie, for the 100 bits, and Comic Code for another 100 bits as well. Oh my goodness. Yes, the dog has been successfully exported, I believe. I'm kind of just trusting my own tech to work here. Comic Code inching closer, ever closer to the next Draw Them Words. Very close now. Do we have time for titles? Oh gosh. Oh yeah. Oh shit, we got so much to do. Especially if there's another draw game. Woo! All right. Let's see. What do we do here? Comic Code cheering 9 more bits, even closer. Uh-oh. I don't know how this is gonna work. Because I think the bar only updates with every 100-bit minimum. So I'm not sure how this is going to work if you inch over the finishing line bit by bit like that. No, it does contribute. It just doesn't show the update, but it does contribute. But it doesn't update until like Faust just donated 76 bits. What is that? 76 plus 9. It's like what, 85? How many? Wait. Scam. It's not a... Hold on. Goals? Is it goals? 0 bits till draw game. Okay, so technically it should have noticed that it was filled up, but it won't update until... Okay, it's Draw Them Words! Yay! Draw Them Words has been unlocked, even though it doesn't say so. Second mana with another bit. Thank you very much. And hey, SuperTux! Chrome should be fixed. Also, thanks to my favorite Mozilla developer giving me some hints where to look at. Oh, nice. Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Should be fixed right now. Let's have a look-see here. Let's have a quick look-see here. All right. So then you hover, you click. It works. Hover, click. Oh man, that feels so good. Damn. Thank you very much, SuperTux. That is so satisfying now. Ugh, perfect. Brilliant. Middle click. Oh, it's so fast. It's so fast as well. Oh, it's so good. Close some tabs. Oh yeah, I got a lot of tabs going on. But yeah, perfect. Thank you very much, SuperTux. Really appreciate that. Very satisfying now. SuperTux does your website? Sure does. Sure does. If it wasn't for SuperTux, I would still be reliant on shitty, slow WordPress. This is so fast. Oh yeah, look at that. Speed! Very cool. Very nice. Excellent. Thanks again. Excellent. And speaking of again, let's do this again. Also, I don't think we're gonna have time to do the comic titles and finish the comic. I think we're gonna have to finish it in tomorrow, the beginning of tomorrow's stream, which actually works, I think, because some of you have been saying, oh, actually, I should start accepting words. Because some of you have been saying that we don't actually have much longer left in the game. Certainly not enough to fill another 3-hour stream. So maybe this is our destiny, and finishing the comic and comic titles at the beginning of tomorrow's stream, and then moving on to Hi-Fi Rush to finish that, might make the perfect length of a stream. Maybe. Yes. I think so. Please just pick fart. I want to see Gregor draw a fart. That sounds like it's dripping in fetish right there. All right, 10 seconds left, pretty much. 10 seconds, add your words. What will the words be? Done. Okay. All right, 51 words. Let's see. What do we have? Does this mean the dog was short-lived? In the corner, at least, yes. Actually, let me bring it back just for now. Okay. The words are stick, coffee, scam. Stick, coffee, scam. Stick, coffee, scam. Stick, coffee, how do you draw a scam? Huh. Those Starbucks coffee sticks are scammy. What are Starbucks coffee sticks? $7 for like 3 sticks? What are you talking about? Sticks? Starbucks? What is this coffee stick in Starbucks? Instant Starbucks. Oh, it's instant coffee in a stick. Oh, it's like those little the thin packet things, and you open the thing and you just pour it like a sugar packet, but bigger, and it has instant coffee in it. I see. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get across. That's gonna be hard to get across. Stick, coffee, scam. Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. Let's begin. How do you show us a scam though? Check this out. I've got an idea. All right, look at this. Oops. All right. All right. So far, so easy, right? Just gonna make sure that looks nice first of all. And then we fill it with delicious coffee. Give it a little bit of a ooh, nice. Actually, hold on. Ooh. Very nice. Tasty. Wait for it. Got 240 seconds left. Give it some shading. Uh-huh. Like this. Wait for it. Change the shading color to be a bit nicer. Ooh. Ooh, nice. Okay. Delicious. Okay, but first, it's like, yeah, that's the coffee, right? But where's the stick? Where's the scam? And no, I'm not saying that this is the scam. I'm pulling a scam on you guys. I'm just drawing coffee. Check this out. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Boom. And here's the stick. Boom. And that ain't it. That's not all. Hold on, let's make this look more like cardboard. And here's the scam. Yeah? Yeah? Pretty good, huh? I think so. I think so. Oop. 70 seconds. Yeah, I think that looks pretty happy with that, to be honest. I don't even know if there's so much more I can do. It's already so perfect. Yeah. Shading on the dollar. I mean, it is just paper, though, so it shouldn't really require anything. So I don't like how it... Oh, like maybe a gradient or something. Could do that. Oh, yeah. Why not? Why not, huh? We got time to kill. Why not give it a nice gradient?
Time's up, pal.
There you go. Again, don't know why it's doing that stuff twice. Gotta fix that after the stream. Oh my god, there's 5 subs or minus 1 bit still draw game. Oh no. There's some glitches after. It's because it hasn't updated yet. It hasn't figured out the amount of bits it really needs. Oh, I didn't add stick to the didn't add the shadow to the stick. I don't even know how to add a shadow to the stick here. Look at that. That works. Okay. Okay. Done and done. There it is. Hope you like it. And gonna export this now. Boop, 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 boop. Save this. Oh dear, the shadow looks like ass because I forgot it exports to a PNG. Oh no. How bad does that look on the Discord and the Twitters? It looks okay. I think it looks fine. Actually, let's just go over here real fast. Wait, let's go over here. Twitter. Actually, hold on. Let's go down here. Go over here. Turn that off. Oh no, it looks okay. On Twitter, it's got the white background, so that's okay. On Discord, it looks a little funky, but yeah, sweet. Happy with that. Okay, back to here. Missing some chat. Stephen the Sleepy, gonna go to bed now. Have a good night, everyone. Have a good night, Stephen the Sleepy. Take care. In fact, I think I might be signing off very shortly myself. Just close this. Close. Oh, move that over there again. Yeah. What's for lunch? I don't know. Maybe a ham sandwich and with some chutney and cabbage. Maybe that. Been in a chutney kind of vibe recently. Do I just draw these words frequently? You work very fast. Oh, thank you very much, Stewale. I mean, I don't know what the words are submitted by the people. I don't pre-approve them or see them beforehand. But I have drawn my fair share of coffees, that's for sure. Oh, scrolling down again. That's my favorite one of the day, less cursed. It's definitely the least cursed one of the bunch, that's for sure. What kind of chutney? Chutney from tomatoes? Oh, I don't know. I don't actually know. The looks kind of orange, I think. Kind of dark orange. Kind of sweet tasting. I don't know. I haven't actually didn't look at it properly. And Stew Ale, this stream was so much fun. I've been awake since yesterday, and it's 7 a.m. now, so I gotta head to bed soon too. Hawaii kept me up long, and coming here made me stay even longer. Oh, thank you very much. That is like a huge compliment when I'm able to like keep people way past their bedtime just because the stream is so entertaining. Thank you very much. Glad you like it. Glad you're liking it. And hope to see you again. We'll be streaming again tomorrow, where we'll be finishing the comic. I can't finish it today. There's still too much to do. I gotta do shadows on the couch, gotta do all the dialogue, which is gonna take me dozens and dozens of years to finish, drawing that by hand. I gotta do the CNN, LNN logo, the breaking, gotta do the VFX, the darkening, and then the comic titles as well. So, still quite a bit I gotta do, and that'll be in tomorrow's stream. The beginning of tomorrow's stream. We'll finish as much as we can, and then jump over into Hi-Fi Rush and finish that game. I see where you messed up on the coffee image. Are you talking about the shadow being like a grayish, solid gray color? And have I considered ever making a font of my own writing for my own use? I have. I tried in the past, not for my comics, but when I used to like respond to emails with drawings and text that I used to hand draw. Now I just don't even respond to emails at all. But yeah, I do have a font. It's a little glitchy, but I don't like it. There's something about the organicness of drawing each word by hand that I like. It keeps the text feeling like it's part of the art. It doesn't separate the two. I don't really like when the text looks too obviously separate. But I mean, I guess you could argue that by making my own font, it shouldn't be even noticeable because it's my own font, my own handwriting. But I would still know. I don't know. Especially when you have like multiple of the same letter, it would bother me. But it is probably a smart suggestion to do. Hi-Fi Rush might not even be finished tomorrow. The boss is hard. The final boss? I don't know. Maybe you're underestimating my abilities. I'm pretty good at that game now. Pretty damn good. I'm professional. Let's see here. Okay, let's you can train a machine learning algorithm on your handwriting so it always looks live. Just use Comic Sans, nobody will notice. Get the hell out of here. My God, I want to take that kind of slanderous talk in this stream. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Let's find a raid. Let's see. David Peterson's streaming new mouse guard stuff. Oh, but Tom Thinks is streaming too. We didn't get a chance to stream to raid Tom Thinks last time because he went offline right when we did. But he's live now. And it looks like he's still gonna be live for a while because the painting doesn't look complete yet. That could be fun. That could be fun.
We'll mail them stickers.
Unless they're leaving right now.
And Tom, you want to show off the stickers? To these.
I don't know. Looks like it's still sticking around. Maybe if we act fast, we can catch him live. Okay, let's do it. We're gonna be rating Tom Thinks. Amazing artist, amazing streamer, amazing overlay. I love just watching Tom Thinks' overlay. It's amazing what he's able to do. Magic, basically. So let's go send Tom Thinks some Loading Eyes love. And I'll see you all on tomorrow's stream where we finish the comic and then finish Hi-Fi Rush. Tomorrow's stream is going to be all about finishing. So I'm going to be finishing, you'll be finishing, we'll finish together. It'll be amazing. Thanks again, everyone. And see you tomorrow. And I don't know what the streams are for next week. Not sure yet, but I'll see you on Discord. Bye. Bye. Bye.